The Orlando Magic are capitalizing on a fatigued Phoenix Suns team coming off a back-to-back. To expand this into a 4-minute broadcast-style commentary, we need to weave in the tactical why behind these plays, focusing on Orlando's size advantage, Phoenix's defensive rotations, and the individual impact of players like Paolo Banchero and Devin Booker. The strategic breakdown: size versus fatigue. 1. Orlando's length versus Phoenix's small ball. The Magic are intentionally playing big to exploit a Suns lineup that is undersized. By utilizing Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner, the Silva and Parker archetypes in the flow, Orlando is forcing Phoenix to collapse their defense. When the Suns double team at midcourt, it opens up the short roll, allowing the Magic to find cutters like Jalen Suggs or the rookie Oso Ighodaro for easy buckets. 2. The back-to-back factor. The Suns are coming off a blowout win in Memphis. In NBA terms, the legs usually go in the second half of a back-to-back. This explains why Phoenix is settling for ridiculously difficult shots early on. They lack the lateral quickness tonight to stay in front of Orlando's drivers, leading to the 11-point advantage mentioned. Player spotlights and tactical execution. Player, impact discovery, tactical note. Paolo Banchero, drawing double teams. His gravity at midcourt is forcing Phoenix to abandon the paint, leading to and-one opportunities. Devin Booker, off the dribble scoring. Even in a deficit, Booker's ability to create space is the only thing keeping Phoenix within striking distance. Jalen Suggs, defensive hustle. His ability to turn a loose ball into a transition bucket is the engine of Orlando's momentum. Key play analysis, the gravity of the double team. When the Suns trap the ball handler at midcourt, they are gambling on a turnover. However, as noted, the Magic are whisking the ball away. In modern basketball, beating a trap requires a 4-on-3 mentality. Once the ball gets past the first line of the Suns' defense, the Magic are finding the open man in the corner or the cutter at the rim. The rookie integration. The mention of Oso Ighodaro and Malachi Flynn, or the rookie Malu, getting minutes suggests Orlando is confident enough to test their depth. Oso Ighodaro's first bucket comes from a high IQ cut, showing that the Magic's chemistry is clicking regardless of who is on the floor. Broadcaster's narrative, momentum shift. To carry this through a full 4-minute segment, the focus remains on efficiency. Orlando isn't just winning, they are winning the math game. By hitting their threes, Suggs and Banchero, and converting at the free throw line after contact, they are punishing Phoenix for every step they are slow. The Suns are currently driving into a wall while the Magic are swooping and flying. If Phoenix can't find a second wind or get a scoring burst from Booker, this 11-point advantage will likely balloon before the half as the fatigue of the Memphis trip truly sets in. The Magic's defensive masterclass, Orlando versus Phoenix. The first quarter dominance. Ladies and gentlemen, what we are witnessing in the Amway Center right now is a defensive clinic. The Orlando Magic have completely stifled the Phoenix Suns' rhythm. It started with that high point block from behind by Malu, sending a clear message. The paint is closed for business. Orlando isn't just playing hard, they are playing with a rear-view mirror awareness, anticipating Phoenix's every move and turning defense into immediate high-octane offense. Jet Howard and the something factor. There is an old saying in the league, everything is something, but not everything is anything. In the case of Jet Howard, everything is definitely something tonight. The confidence builder. When a shooter like Howard sees that first jumper ripple the nylon, the hoop starts looking like an ocean. The interior presence. He's not just hanging on the perimeter, he's working the truck, grinding in the interior to create space for others. The result? His gravity is opening up the corners, leading to that massive triple that pushed the momentum firmly into Orlando's corner. The duel, Rasheer Fleming versus Jalen Green. The middle of this quarter turned into a showcase of pure athleticism. Rasheer Fleming's arrival. The 21-year-old rookie out of St. Joe's is playing like a seasoned vet. Between the beautiful scoop shot and the confident left-handed three-pointer, he's providing the scoring punch Orlando needs to maintain this double-digit cushion. Jalen Green's response. On the other end, Green is showing why he's one of the most dynamic athletes in the world. That twisting layup around Howard was a work of art, a reminder that the Suns won't go away quietly. The hustle meter. Jalen Suggs is everywhere. If you want to know why Orlando holds an 8-point lead despite the Suns' talent, look no further than Jalen Suggs. The dive. When the ball was loose, Suggs didn't hesitate. He was on the floor sacrificing his body to keep the possession alive. The elevation. Moments later, he's rising again at the rim, finishing through contact. The stat sheet. With 11 points already, Suggs has reached double figures before the first quarter buzzer has even sounded. The outlook. Managing the lead. As we look toward the second quarter, the narrative is clear. Paolo Banchero is methodically attacking the Suns' rotations, drawing fouls and forcing Phoenix into rattle and rough situations. The Orlando Magic are playing downhill basketball, aggressive, physical, and relentless. Phoenix has the firepower to close an 8-point gap in 60 seconds, but they'll need to find an answer for the Magic's length and this surging rookie class if they want to survive.
Welcome back to the action. If you're just joining us, you've missed a defensive masterpiece by the Orlando Magic. It's all magic here in the opening frame, and it started with a statement. Look at the rookie, Malou, trailing the play, perfectly timed, and boom, a block from behind that sends the ball and a message into the third row. Orlando is playing with a rear-view mirror tonight. They aren't just guarding the man in front, they are anticipating the help, closing the lanes, and forcing Phoenix into these long, contested chopper shots. The Suns are looking for that long brace, trying to find a rhythm, but Orlando is rifling the ball back into the paint, making every Phoenix possession feel like a grind. Let's talk about Jet Howard. There's an old-school coaching line. Everything is something, but not everything is anything. To the casual fan, a missed rotation or a hard screen might not look like much, but for Howard, it's everything. He's working into the truck, that heavy, physical interior play, and it's paying dividends. When you see Jet Howard hit that first jumper, the energy in this building shifts. He sees that first one go down, and suddenly the floor shrinks for the defense. Out of the corner, he's ready. The feet are set, bang, the three is good. That's the gravity of a shooter. He's not just scoring, he's creating an ocean of space for the Magic's drivers. But look at the response. Phoenix tries to answer with Jalen Green, and good luck staying in front of that young man. He is a premier, dynamic athlete. He hits Howard with a hesitation, a twisting layup that defies physics around the rim. It's a world-class finish, but Orlando has an answer of their own in Rasheer Fleming. Fleming, the 21-year-old rookie out of St. Joe's, is playing like he's got a decade of league experience. He drives, hangs in the air, and finishes with a beautiful high-arcing scoop shot. He's got the it factor tonight. Moments later, he's back at the arc, left-handed release, smooth as silk. And that's another three for Fleming. A 12-point lead for the Magic, and they are smelling blood in the water. Now, if you want to see the heart of this Orlando team, watch Jalen Suggs. This is winning basketball. The ball gets loose, it's rolling toward midcourt, and Suggs is diving. He's on the floor, skinning knees while everyone else is watching. The Suns' Goodwin picks it up, tries to capitalize with a pull-up three, and he hits it while drawing the foul, but Orlando doesn't blink. The lead is cut to 8, and here comes Paolo Banchero. He's attacking Fleming, drawing the contact, keeping the pressure on the officials. The Suns are rattling and roughing, trying to turn this into a street fight, but Jalen Suggs won't let them. He's rising again, tossing it up over the trees, and it's good. 11 points for Jalen Suggs. He's in double figures before the first quarter is even over. Orlando is playing downhill, Phoenix is playing on their heels, and if the Suns don't find a way to stop this Magic transition game, this one might be over before the halftime show.
Welcome to the post-game breakdown.
We'll be right back.
I'm your host, and tonight the Kia Center in Orlando was electric as the Magic hosted the high-powered Phoenix Suns. Before the first whistle even blew, the narrative was clear: fatigue versus fresh legs. The Suns were coming off a grueling back-to-back, having just secured a massive win in Memphis less than 24 hours prior. In the NBA, those schedule losses are real. You could see it in the early minutes. The Suns were settling for contested jumpers, their lateral quickness wasn't quite there, and the Magic knew it. Orlando came out with one goal: use their superior size and length to suffocate the Phoenix offense before it could ever get warm.
The first quarter was a masterclass in modern defensive positioning. The highlight that set the tone, that monstrous block from behind by Malou. It wasn't just a stop, it was a psychological blow. Orlando's young core, led by the Defensive Player of the Year candidate Jalen Suggs, turned the court into a minefield. We saw Phoenix try to play small ball to counter Orlando's length, but the Magic adjusted beautifully. When the Suns doubled Paolo Banchero at midcourt, he didn't panic. He whisked the ball away, finding the open man and triggering the short roll that led to easy buckets for Oso Ighodaro and Jet Howard. By the time the buzzer sounded on the first, Orlando sat on an 11-point cushion, and the Suns looked like they were searching for oxygen. Let's break down the Jet Howard impact. There's a phrase we use in the booth: everything is something, but not everything is anything. For Howard, every screen he sets and every truck play he makes in the interior contributes to the overall something that is this Magic offense. When Howard sees that first shot go down, he becomes a gravitational force. The Suns' defense has to cheat toward him, which opens up the scoop shots we saw from Rasheer Fleming. Fleming, the 21-year-old rookie out of St. Joe's, was a revelation tonight. His left-handed release is deceptive, and his ability to finish in traffic, specifically that twisting layup through the trees, shows a maturity well beyond his years. If you want to show a young player how to impact a game without having the ball in their hands 100% of the time, show them Jalen Suggs tonight. He was everywhere, diving for loose balls, rising for contested rebounds, and then sprinting the floor to finish in transition. Suggs hit double figures early, but it was his defensive rear-view mirror play that stood out. He was trailing plays, poking balls loose from behind, and making the Phoenix backcourt of Devin Booker and Grayson Allen work for every single inch of hardwood. Even when the Suns managed to cut the lead to 8 on a 4-point play by Goodwin, Suggs responded by rising again, tossing up a float game beauty that pushed the lead back to double digits. On the other side, you have to credit Devin Booker. Even on a night where his legs were clearly heavy, his off-the-dribble scoring is still the gold standard in this league. He was drawing double teams, trying to facilitate, but the Magic's defensive rotations were just too crisp. Orlando isn't just a team of individuals anymore, they are a system. Whether it was Franz Wagner, the Silva archetype tonight, occupying the defense, or Caleb Houston filling the corners, the Magic moved with a singular purpose. They punished the Suns for every defensive lapse and capitalized on every tired pass. As the regular season winds down, every game is critical. This win for Orlando isn't just another notch in the W column, it's a statement to the rest of the Eastern Conference. They can defend, they have depth, and their rookies are ready for the bright lights. For Phoenix, they'll look to flush this one and move on. They've got the talent, but tonight they simply ran into a buzzsaw. Final score, Orlando Magic take it over the Phoenix Suns, fueled by an 11-point surge from Suggs and a defensive effort that won't be forgotten anytime soon. For everyone here at the Broadcaster Center, I'm signing off. We'll see you at the next tip-off.
Welcome to the definitive breakdown of a night where the Orlando Magic didn't just win a basketball game, they made a statement to the entire NBA. We are deep into the regular season now, and as the calendar turns, the air gets thinner. Every possession is a playoff possession. Every loose ball is a season-defining moment. Tonight, the Phoenix Suns walked into the Kia Center looking to maintain their Western Conference standing. They brought the star power, Devin Booker, Grayson Allen, but they ran into a blue and white wall. The Magic, led by a surging youth movement, knew that to beat a veteran Suns team coming off a back-to-back, they had to turn the game into a physical grind. This wasn't just about skill, it was about who wanted the dirt more. As we move into the closing minutes, Phoenix showed why they are title contenders. Grayson Allen, one of the most efficient floor spacers in the league, found a seam down the middle. Look at the footwork, a subtle sidestep, shifting the defender's weight just enough to lay it in. It was a veteran move, a bucket the Suns desperately needed to stop the bleeding. But Orlando's defense is built on diagonal awareness. Even when Phoenix tried to stretch the floor around the perimeter, the Magic rotations were crisp. They forced the Suns into contested looks, relying on their length to disrupt the vision of Devin Booker. Every time Phoenix thought they found an opening, a Magic jersey was there to close the door. It was a chess match played at 100 miles per hour. Then came the moment that blew the roof off the arena. Jalen Suggs. If there was any doubt about who owned the floor tonight, Suggs erased it. He finds himself on the diagonal. Space opens up at the top of the arc. He lets it fly. Bang! That's his second huge three of the night, and suddenly the lead feels insurmountable. Suggs finished with 16 points, but the stats don't tell the full story. It was the timing. It was the clutch factor. When Grayson Allen answered back with a corner three to keep Phoenix alive, Suggs didn't flinch. He stayed in the hip of his defender, playing that USA-style physical defense that has become his trademark. He wasn't just playing a game, he was imposing his will on the Suns' backcourt. With 4:50 left on the clock, the Magic held a precarious 6-point lead. Phoenix looked to their closer, Devin Booker. The inbound goes over the top. Booker catches, fakes the defender into the air, and fires the three. The arena held its breath, and it rattles out. No good. That's the ball game. Listen to the roar of the crowd as the Magic claim a victory with only 7 games left in the season. On the court, the exhaustion is visible, but so is the pride. In the post-game interview, the message was simple: energy, intensity, togetherness. They credited the return of Dillon Brooks, whose physicality changed the geometry of the game. When asked about the triple-double effort and the playoff feel of the night, the answer was grounded. We just stuck together and trusted one another. So, what did we learn tonight? We learned that the Orlando Magic are no longer a team of the future. They are a team of the now. They took advantage of a fatigued Suns team by playing a pretty physical game, forcing Phoenix into uncomfortable shots and winning the battle in the trenches. As they look toward tomorrow, the mentality remains the same. Keep that same energy. With 7 games to go, Orlando is peaking at the perfect time. They've proven they can close out late. They've proven they can withstand a star-studded comeback. And most importantly, they've proven they belong. This is Your Name or AI Voice signing off from a night of magic in Orlando. The road to the playoffs just got a lot more interesting. Good night. The Orlando Magic are capitalizing on a fatigued Phoenix Suns team coming off a back-to-back. To expand this into a 4-minute broadcast-style commentary, we need to weave in the tactical why behind these plays, focusing on Orlando's size advantage, Phoenix's defensive rotations, and the individual impact of players like Paolo Banchero and Devin Booker. The strategic breakdown: size versus fatigue. 1. Orlando's length versus Phoenix's small ball. The Magic are intentionally playing big to exploit a Suns lineup that is undersized. By utilizing Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner, the Silva and Parker archetypes in the flow, Orlando is forcing Phoenix to collapse their defense. When the Suns double team at midcourt, it opens up the short roll, allowing the Magic to find cutters like Jalen Suggs or the rookie Oso Ighodaro for easy buckets. 2. The back-to-back factor. The Suns are coming off a blowout win in Memphis. In NBA terms, the legs usually go in the second half of a back-to-back. This explains why Phoenix is settling for ridiculously difficult shots early on. They lack the lateral quickness tonight to stay in front of Orlando's drivers, leading to the 11-point advantage mentioned. Player spotlights and tactical execution. Player, impact discovery, tactical note. Paolo Banchero, drawing double teams. His gravity at midcourt is forcing Phoenix to abandon the paint, leading to and-one opportunities. Devin Booker, off the dribble scoring. Even in a deficit, Booker's ability to create space is the only thing keeping Phoenix within striking distance. Jalen Suggs, defensive hustle. His ability to turn a loose ball into a transition bucket is the engine of Orlando's momentum. Key play analysis, the gravity of the double team. When the Suns trap the ball handler at midcourt, they are gambling on a turnover. However, as noted, the Magic are whisking the ball away. In modern basketball, beating a trap requires a 4-on-3 mentality. Once the ball gets past the first line of the Suns' defense, the Magic are finding the open man in the corner or the cutter at the rim. The rookie integration. The mention of Oso Ighodaro and Malachi Flynn, or the rookie Malu, getting minutes suggests Orlando is confident enough to test their depth. Oso Ighodaro's first bucket comes from a high IQ cut, showing that the Magic's chemistry is clicking regardless of who is on the floor. broadcasters' narrative, momentum shift. To carry this through a full 4-minute segment, the focus remains on efficiency. Orlando isn't just winning, they are winning the math game. By hitting their threes, Suggs and Banchero, and converting at the free throw line after contact, they are punishing Phoenix for every step they are slow. The Suns are currently driving into a wall while the Magic are swooping and flying. If Phoenix can't find a second wind or get a scoring burst from Booker, this 11-point advantage will likely balloon before the half as the fatigue of the Memphis trip truly sets in.